So, Miss Banks, it's been a bit of a journey, and the journey, of course, is still very much towards the beginning because you've still got, the rest of your career ahead of you. But I want to take it back and kind of trace the beginnings and find out how you got into music. What was your early inspiration?
There was loads of artists that stood out to me. I used to really love Miss Dynamite. She was like dope, amazing. But I come from a musical family, so my mum's side and my dad's side love music. All of them could sing, rap. But yeah, I always knew that I wanted to get into music. And I kind of started finding out I could write through poetry in school and stuff. So to be fair, I didn't know I was good until I would like relate to the class or to my teachers, and everyone would be like, "No, you're really good." And my uncle, my mum's brother, used to rap to drum and bass. So he just said to me one day, "Why don't you just try to write to the beat and see how it comes out?" It was really whack.
Did he give you like a jungle beat to write
Yeah,
to?
yeah.
So you was on
weird.
like full speed ahead from the beginning.
I was starting on some fast-paced beats, but yeah, it was really good.
So I guess after those early messing arounds on jungle beats and developing your writing, when was it where you first sat down and thought, you know what, I've found something that I want to do musically, and I want to actually try and do this, try and make music, try and make songs?
At quite an early stage, I was writing. I used to just write a lot of freestyles first, and like I used to write to no beat, and then I'd just be rapping in my estate, like on the block with the boys, just showing off, like, yeah, I'm better than you lot. I'm a girl. I got this. You get me? I can outboy you lot. And then when I was 16, I started writing a bit more, but I only started really getting in the studio when I actually wanted to take it on as a career. And that was like after I lost my job. I was like 18, and I thought, yeah, let me just get in the booth. My friend was pushing me, and that's when I really started going for it and started looking for opportunities, and a lot of doors started opening.
When you're in the studio making music, do you have a specific process when you're going about picking beats or picking collaborators who you're going to work with, or is it like a track by track situation, or as in getting certain instrumentals? Did you have certain features that you wanted to work with? How did you go about that side of things?
A lot of it is a team effort. So a lot of producers I work with, I've genuinely heard their stuff and I like what they're doing and they like what I'm doing, and we just set up a session. Some things are through management, like they check out certain producers and find good producers they think that I'll be good to work with. And it's always like, not a test run, but it is, because you don't know what you're going to produce when you get in with certain people. You don't know what the chemistry is going to be like, whether you get along, whatever, la-di-da. And it's like, not every song comes out. There's hundreds of songs you don't hear, but obviously some hits come out of it, some big songs come out of sessions. But yeah, so I picked some through management, and I'm always checking out new producers anyway. When I first started off, to be fair, because I didn't really have any beats, I was always doing covers. I used to literally just search, like, on Twitter, anyone coming up, see if I can get beats from them. And then after I meet with a producer, we get in the studio. A lot of the times they already have something planned for me that they think matches my sound, or something I could jump on, or we make something from scratch. And a lot of the time I never used to, but now I just lay down melodies and flows first. And then a lot of things come from there. Or sometimes if I go in and freestyle in the booth, I might say something that I didn't even know was on my mind. It's just come out and I'm like, yeah, let's make that a concept. But I'm always like doing flows and melodies first.
As far as you said, you mentioned you were writing freestyles and stuff, firstly, without instrumentals.
Yeah.
Were you finding that when you were then spitting these instrumentals, these freestyles on beats, were you having trouble, or was it easy to adapt to it? Or
it was all right. I was matching up with beats quite good, and I didn't know about BPM, but I noticed certain beats I had to slow down the verse or speed it up. But I always found beats that fitted the verse I wrote. So yeah, it was quite easy actually, because nowadays I don't even do that, but I should, because that really helped me push my pen and really exercise the skill of writing.
So I guess, once you like you said, you decided you wanted to pursue this further and you wanted to take it seriously, and you were now, in the opportunity where you could get into a studio. What was that first studio session like?
I didn't really find my feet. I didn't know like my rapping voice. I was just starting out, but it was good. Like I had fun. I'd done like 3 covers. And one of them I put on SoundCloud, and that was like the first thing I ever promoted. Like when I came out, like, oh, check out my SoundCloud link. But yeah, it was just a weird session. I was proper shy. I don't know.
What was the feedback like for that first SoundCloud link that you was giving out? Were people feeling it, or were you like, I wish I hadn't have uploaded that one.
No, it's still there actually,
Oh,
so you
wow.
could check it out all the way from
So that-
2013.
That shows that like it must have been pretty good because a lot of artists would have gone back and deleted that. by
Yeah, it's
now.
true. It was really good. It was good at the time for sure. But I remember when I first came out, I thought I was gonna blow straight away, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna come out, million views. I've made it. I'm just gonna get me. But obviously, I've noticed, wow, music you have to put in the work. But yeah. It's still a good tune, and it was good at the time. And that even the SoundCloud link, the tunes I put in there, when I was going to like open mic events and all these other places, we would show them that first so they could see a bit of what I'm on. And people, yeah, I always got good feedback. To be fair,
That must have been great for your confidence as well as a new artist, as someone
Yeah.
who was just kind of getting into it. To have that confidence, you did mention as well. You thought you were going to come out and just blow. Like
Yeah.
so many. I don't know how many of you are artists in here or budding artists or whatnot. And that is a lot of people are like, yes, when I come out, I've got this banger. That's it. I'm going to
Yeah.
take over the world. This is like, and it often isn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you realize it's tougher than you thought it was going to be?
I feel like music, my relationship with music is like, it's actually like a relationship. It's like a boyfriend. Like I reevaluate that every 3 months. Like, is this worth it? What am I getting enough from this situation? Because I don't understand what's going on. Like, but I feel like with anything you care about and with anyone, friendship, whatever you're doing, career, you always, like every other step you reevaluate and you think, is this worth it? Am I doing this? What can I do to better my situation? And I just feel like, yeah, as soon as I realised that happened, I just noticed that I had to work to become better. And I just kept on looking at people that are killing it in the scene and just thinking, how could I produce something that's on that level but in my own unique way? Obviously, I've just been inspired and yeah, I just think I've always had to remember that. Just keep working on the skill, keep making sure I'm getting better, content, flows, everything I'm putting out, because at the end of the day, the people decide whether you're hot or not. You can't force people to listen to you and support you. They have to resonate with you and actually be drawn to what you're doing. So obviously, just work on it and make it better. And always just remind myself, like, not in a cocky way, but I know I can rap. I know I'm talented. Like, I know I'm good at what I do. But how can I make it better? How can I get people more interested in what I'm doing, and just remind myself that, because sometimes you can lose hope and you can like start thinking, am I actually good? Like, what's actually going on? But I feel like, yeah, I always try to keep myself positive. I'm always like speaking positive things over myself, and I'm always working harder to become better. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the only way. That's what's kept me going. And
The
obviously,
hard work and
yeah,
dedication.
the work and the dedication, and knowing that I just want to be the best I can be, and just always.
And I think, last couple of years, at least, like the progression and the trajectory you've been on has just been like constantly like upward.
Yeah.
Like, where do you plan to go next? What have you got planned for the rest of the year?
Oh, exclusive news. I've got a mixtape dropping at the end of the month. Yeah,
See?
thank you.
See, I got you something.
That is exclusive. I haven't announced it. It's called The Coldest Winter
Sick.
Ever. Yeah, it's I got the title based off
Very
a
exciting.
New York novel, big book if you've read it before. But yeah, so that's coming out end of the month.
What's the concept behind the EP?
So, it's a mixtape.
Oh,
but
mixtape,
no,
sorry.
it's cool because people say EP. I'm like, it's a mixtape. We're looking out for all them
It's a
tracks.
mixtape.
So basically, I read a book called The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier. She was like she writes books, but she's also like an artist, and it's about a girl that grew up in New York, and her name was Winter, but she just had a crazy life. Like, she grew up in the hood, and she done all these things. Like, her life went up for a minute, then it just came literally crashing down. But I don't want to say because I wanted to read the book, yeah. But basically. So anyway, but Sister Soldier was like just that conscious voice that was always kind of pointing her in the right direction, and she never listened. But in my situation, I feel like I did listen to my conscious, and I was always right about, the messages and the signs I saw. And obviously I'm not as silly as Winter, so hopefully we just keep going up. But
I like it. I like
that's
the
where I got it
concept.
from. Yeah, I loved it. And I thought there was a lot of correlation from like her New York life and my London life. Not the exact same thing, but there was a few things that I could relate to.
I'm glad you mentioned the word New York, because I wanted to touch as well, because on internationally, where the UK is as artists, as rappers, as lyricists, as musicians, I feel like, and I'm sure lots of people do, in the last few years, we've really caught up to places like United States. We've overtaken them. There was a time when you wouldn't even have dreamed of a US artist, even probably hearing about a UK artist, now you're getting all of these different cosigns.
Yeah.
You've got US artists jumping on UK tracks yourself. You've been in the middle of it yourself with
Yeah.
cosigns from like some of the biggest in the world. So how do you feel the UK is sitting at the moment musically, and why do you think we've managed to take over the world like this?
I feel like people are just finally ready to open up their ears and their eyes. I feel like in the US as well, especially, you cannot force no one there to be interested. It's just if they're ready and open to being interested in you, they'll give it a chance. And obviously, like, people seeing like Drake coming over and just getting loads of inspiration from us. And obviously with like the Nicki shout out, that was amazing. Like, people, when the big dogs are like saying, look, now these people are sick, they got something popping over there, like, listen to them. It's making other people listen. And also, I feel like our sound is so authentic. Like, we don't just have grime anymore. There's so many other different sounds. We've got the Afro UK vibes going on. And even, like, when people are doing the dancehall thing here, it's very genuine. Like, it's not like... We are naturally a mixed culture in London, in the UK. Like, you can just hear it through our music, but we're putting our own twist on it, our own twang. And yeah, I just feel like people are really seeing our originality and gaining inspiration from it. So everyone's ready to open their eyes now. And I never thought I would see someone like as big as Drake, like, shouting all the people he shouts out.
What was it like for you when you saw the Nicki Instagram and tweet stuff?
First of all, Nicki Minaj.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, for like, even like, I'm not even an artist, but like, if Nicki tweeted me about my radio or anything, I'd be gassed.
I'm still gassed even when we talk now. I'm like, what is going on? How did you find me? I'm from South London, you know. Bagel King. That's where I was chilling. Where did you find me? All the way in New York. No, but I was really gassed, like, because again, like, I've been listening to her since I was 14. And I was always thought she was amazing, like, from before she was on a come up, before she even got commercial. And it's like, she's been the highest selling female rapper for how long? Like, that's a dream for people like me, where we come from, especially, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like our era is so different. Like, the way we've got people reaching out to us and stuff, it's amazing.
Crazy.
It's crazy, and I've never seen nothing like it before. So I was just gassed. I woke up, it was after a gig in Leeds, and I woke up to just bare congratulations. I'm like, I haven't done nothing. And I woke up and I was like, what's going on? And then all the people that probably knew I was good but didn't want to open their ears started shouting me straight after. So
Exactly.
thank God for that. Big up Nicki Minaj. But no, it's amazing. I'm glad that people are open to it. And I feel like, yeah, people like her doing it, Drake doing it, it's going to open up more doors for other people doing it. It's been going on for a while, innit? Back in the day, Jay-Z checked for Kano, and you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's obviously, as social media is growing and the whole internet world is getting bigger, people are seeing it more. And it's good, man. It's so inspiring because it just makes you feel like, I don't know, I've always felt like I'm good, I can do this. But for her to say I'm good, it's like it gives you a whole different boost of confidence. And now I feel like, yeah, I can take on the world.
How much of a role do you think social media's had on, you know, the new wave of artists that are coming through? Because now, like you said, anyone in here can upload a song to their Spotify account and it can just catch fire, and within a month it could have millions of views. Next thing you know, you've got Drake featuring on your track, and
it's true.
Do you know what I mean? And like, it's so accessible now.
I feel like social media is definitely the way forward. And like, I don't know, like, I'm a bit sensitive at sometimes to certain things. And before I done music, I did say to myself, I used to tell my auntie, like, I know I need to have thick skin because it is hard to be in the public. But for a business tool, it's amazing. Like, before I done music, I never had Twitter, Instagram. I didn't even have WhatsApp. But could you have WhatsApp back in the day on BlackBerry?
No, it was BlackBerry. BBM?
BBM. All right, cool. See, that was dead. All right, but I didn't have any social media. Like, my auntie started up my Twitter for me. My friend, like, literally forced me to jump on Instagram. Like, I'd done that, like, 6 months of me after already. I was already doing open mics and starting up music. But yeah, it's amazing. It's such a good tool to promote yourself. And it's like, obviously, you know, back in the day, you probably had to write an artist you love, like a fan mail or a letter or something. And now it's like, you don't know, people are so accessible. Like, all the artists that like show me love now and say I'm good, I was in their Twitter mentions every other day, like, check my song out, like, literally going ham in Twitter jail, atting everyone
Twitter
all day.
jail, you know?
It's a real thing, like, atting them. So it's like, it's a good tool. And like, if I didn't have social media, I would have never saw Nicki tweet my lyrics. So it's like, if you want to get into the music and be an artist and be out there, social media, you definitely need to use it. I think it's amazing for business and like for music now. It's definitely helping the scene and helping artists reach out and really connect with their fan base.
Right, let's get some notes from Miss Banks.
Thank you.